Hey guys, it's Gracie. Okay, so I filmed a meet, like a powerlifting meet makeup tutorial the other day, and I went to edit it, and there were some parts that weren't focused, so I just decided to redo it because I wanted it to be really good quality. So I waxed my eyebrows in that video, and a couple days ago I filmed like my eyebrow tutorial, so I'm just gonna make like an eyebrow video for that, and I'll link it down below. So I would wax my eyebrows probably like 2 or 3 days before the meet, and just to make sure it's all fresh. So I'll link that down below. And okay, so let's just get started again. So I'm just gonna take this self bronzer. It's Saint Tropez. It's a bronzing mousse. I'm just gonna use one pump here, and I'm just gonna work that into my face. So I would do my body probably 2 days before the meet. Just because sometimes it can get like a little bit thick on the hands or something, and you want to give it time to wear off. So I just washed my hands. It's really important to wash your hands after using a self-tanner like that. So often what can happen whenever, let's say, you're squatting or benching or deadlifting is because there's so much pressure in your head, your face will turn so red. So it's like there'll be a barrier between your skin and your makeup. So your face can look really, really pale. Like it'll only show the like the color of your foundation and not like the color of your skin coming through, so it can look really bad. So that's why I like to add like extra bronzer. That's why I like to start off with a self tanner, so that whenever that happens, you know, a darker color will be coming through to make everything look normal and not like Casper the friggin' Ghost. Okay, so I'm gonna do my eyebrows and then I'll be right back, and like I said, I'll link that video down below. So I just did my eyebrows here with MAC's Dip Down. It's a brown gel eyeliner, and I used a MAC 266. So this will ensure that everything stays in place all day. It's going to be a lot more durable than just like an eyeshadow in your brows. Now I'm going to use this Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm going to spread that all over my lid here. I'm going to be taking 3 steps today to prime my eyes, just because I want everything to stay in place. This makeup look is going to be like extremely waterproof, sweat resistant. All these steps are optional, but if you want to ensure that everything stays in place and nothing moves, then this is definitely the way to do it. So now I'm going to carve out the bottom of my eyebrow with MAC's Paint Pot and Painterly. This is going to act as part of the base. So I'm going to carve out the bottom of my eyebrow with this brush. And I'm going to apply that all over the lid. Now I'm just going to go with my finger here and just softly blend that out. Now I'm going to go in here with NYX's Milk Jumbo Pencil. It's going to get some of that product on the synthetic brush. And I like to use a synthetic brush because it doesn't soak up the product like a natural hairbrush would do. So I'm just going to pack this all along the lower lid, right up into the crease, and then blend out the edges with my finger. Just pull it up. And I'm just gonna lightly pat over that. I still want it to stay sticky for that shadow to stick to, but I want to make sure that there's no like bumps on it or anything, so just like that. And I like to just do one eye at a time here. Like I apply it, then I blend it on each eye separately so that it doesn't dry. Whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to run it along my lower lash line. This will also act as a primer to help those shadows stay in place down there. Now I'm going to go in here with Benefit's Porefessional. This is like a pore minimizing primer. I'm going to apply this all over my face, not just where I have large pores. It's going to help my foundation stay matte and stay in place all day. If you don't have this primer and you have another primer, that's totally fine. You want to go for one with like that silicone silky base. So I'm going to let this dry while I carry on with my eyes. I'm going to go in with the MAC 224 here and MAC's Soft Brown. This is going to be my transition color. So just raising my eyebrow here, I'm just going to be spreading this all around above my crease, kind of going up into that brow highlight area. Now I'm going to go in here with a matte cream color. Has like a peachy kind of undertone. And pretty heavily here I'm going to just be using a Sigma E55 here. And I'm just going to pack that all along where that white base is. And I want to pack it to get the most opaque finish without like spreading it around. So right up into the crease there, and I'm also going to use this as a brow highlight. Now I'm going to go in with MAC's Espresso, this shade right here, and a MAC 217 brush. Just going to get some right on the tip here, tap off any fallout. Now I'm going to stick this brush on its side, right into that corner crease. I'm going to stick it right into the socket, the eye socket, start working it back and forth. Turn the brush on its side to cover a little bit more surface area, and then pull it in towards the nose, and just pull it up towards the brow, and pull it out here along the tail of the brow. Just continue working with that color. Don't go in for any more, just continue to blend this. And pull it out. I'm going to go in with that cream color once more, just tap out the fallout. I'm just going to press that right into that socket, not in the socket, but right up to the socket, just to create like a half moon there, to just like define it a little bit more. Now you can leave it like this if you like, or you can go in once more. I'm going to go in once more just to intensify it a little bit, so I'll go in once more with that espresso. I'm not picking up a lot of product here. And I'm just going to continue working this in, focusing on the outer corner and dragging it up towards that brow highlight, just to marry it with the brow highlight, not to like make it look muddy or anything, just lightly blend. I'm going to continue working on the lower lash line after I do the rest of my face. I'm going to use this flesh toned eyeliner on my waterline. This will help take the redness out of my eyes, and it'll also make my eyes look more awake. So going with that same small synthetic brush that I used to carve out the bottom of my eyebrows, I'm now going to go in with this concealer. It's just a pretty heavy cream concealer. You could also use it as a foundation. I'm going to carve out the top of my eyebrows. I do this because most of the time I wear like a headband or a bandana when I compete, so I usually wear it like pretty low, almost like kind of riding the top of my eyebrow. So I want to make sure that you know, my foundation doesn't wear off or right there on my brow, so that if I do decide to take it off like halfway through the competition or something, that I still have like coverage where I want it. And that's another reason why I use the gel eyeliner for my brows instead of just like a regular brow pencil or shadow. So I'm just going to use a little palette here for my foundation. I'm going to use one pump of the Kat Von D tattoo foundation, Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. This is in light 48. It's really light for my skin, so I find that 2-to-1 ratio with the MAC Fixed Fluid NW25 is like the perfect color for me right now. So I usually just blow on it to flatten it, but the Lock-It foundation is pretty thick, so I just take a spatula here and just mix the two together. So today, since I'm wearing a tank top, I'll probably like bring that down my chest a little bit to blend that in, but on meet day I always wear a t-shirt, and so I wouldn't have to, I would just bring it down my neck to blend it. Now, if you plan on wearing a white t-shirt, it might not be the best idea, just because if you do like wear foundation and stuff or bronzer, then it could transfer to your collar, and you wouldn't want that like for pictures and stuff, or not even for pictures, just anytime. So I'm just kind of dotting this all over my face. And as you can see, like, I still have a lot left here, so I might not use it all, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna use an F80 here, flat top kabuki by Sigma, and I'm gonna buff this in. And right now, like, it's going on super smooth, just like totally clean canvas because of that primer I used. I noticed a big difference. So just be careful here around your eyebrows. Sometimes I'll use a smaller detail brush, like around my eyebrows, just to make sure the foundation's blended, but that I don't screw up my eyebrows. And if you wear your hair up in a ponytail, I recommend bringing the foundation back onto your neck. Now I still need a little bit of coverage under my eyes. I don't usually wear concealer on meet day just because it's like one extra thing that could get cakey, so I kind of avoid it. Sometimes just put a little bit more foundation under my eyes. So that's what I'll do today. I wouldn't recommend using the MAC Fix Fluid on its own. It's just too wet, it's not thick enough, like it doesn't last all day on its own, I find. Not if you're powerlifting all day. But the Revlon Color Stay, this is the oily combination skin formula. It does last all day and some, and it's great. But I find these two together, this is really good full coverage, so mixed with the MAC, it works really well. So I'm just going to mix a little bit more together to use under my eyes. And I'm going to use a MAC 130 here. I'm just going to go back in with that F80 here to blend that in. I'm just going to stipple it to not like move the foundation around too much, just to push it into the skin. Okay, so normally I would just set this with a regular translucent powder. Today I'm going to use a bronzer. This is what I always do when I'm competing in powerlifting. You just want to like eliminate any kind of flashback like from photography. I'm just going to be putting this mostly around the outside of my face. Blend it down my neck. Just using a little bit of translucent powder and a kabuki brush. I'm just going to pat that underneath my eye here. So to further contour here, I'm going to be going in with Benefit's Hoola. It's one of my favorite like cool tone contour bronzers. It's just a matte color. Small contour brush. So going from the top of my ear here, almost like just to like the tail of my eyebrows. So not super far in towards my mouth, just keeping it back towards the hairline. Taking a smaller brush, this is another 224. I'm going to use this to contour my nose. So right here towards like that socket, I'm just going to be pulling this up towards my brow. And then run it right down the sides of your nose. A little bit on the tip of your nose. And just a little bit here, a little line across the bridge. I'm also going to be sticking a little bit under my bottom lip. And a little bit right on top of my eyebrows to make them pop. Just to make my arch appear higher. I don't always wear blush at meets, but this is a really nice nude color. It's called Exposed. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush. I'm just going to be applying it right on top of that bronzer. Right on top of that contour. And whatever's left on the brush, just kind of pull it in towards the cheek. Alright, I'm going to line my eyes here. I'm just going to do like a small winged liner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. It's awesome. It's waterproof. It'll stay in place all day till your last deadlift, and I love this thing. So make sure, it's really hard to take it off like if you make a mistake, so just add a little bit at a time and build the thickness, build that desired thickness. Okay, liner's done. Now I'm going to work on that bottom lash line. I'm going to go in here with a small detailer brush and some more of that espresso shade. Make sure to tap off all the fallout because you don't want it to fall on your foundation. Just going to work this into the outer corner. Now I'm actually going to go in with some of that blush on this MAC 232 brush. It's a flat shader brush. And I'm just going to buff that brown out. Now I'm going to use this mascara. This is like a silicone tubes mascara, so you just peel them off with warm water afterwards instead of like washing it off and getting raccoon eyes. So the last 3 years at this meet, so by the way, I'm training for the Women's Pro-Am. It's in less than 10 weeks, like 9 weeks and 4 days or something. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the 3rd annual one, and it's going to be the 3rd one that I do. I've done them all. So the last couple of years, I've used this L'Oreal Double Extend. It's like a white primer. You add a couple of coats of that, and then you add a couple coats of the black. It's like still going strong, doesn't even look like clumpy. I know you're supposed to throw out mascara every 3 months or whatever, but I've had that for like almost 3 years and it's still good. Maybe if you have sensitive eyes, I guess it's not a good idea, but whatever. So this one here, it's more expensive. That's like the drugstore version. This is like the Sephora version. Anyways, I really like this. I'm going to put a coat on the top lash line, and then I'll use a waterproof mascara for the bottom lashes. I'm going to wear false lashes at the meet just because I'm like really used to lifting in them because I wear them almost every day, and I just love the way they look. So probably not a great idea for somebody who's like not used to wearing them because they might like fuck you up a bit, but I'm not too worried about it. I've been using the Latisse eyelash growth serum stuff since Christmas, and my eyelashes are not even joking, like twice as long. It's crazy. It's definitely worth the money. If you do have Latisse, and if you do use that product, what I do is I just take one drop and I put it in the cap of it, and then I take a small eyeliner brush and I use that drop for both eyes instead of like using the brushes that they provide with like 2 drops, so the bottle lasts twice as long. And yeah. Now I'm going to use this L'Oreal Carbon Black mascara for my bottom lashes. So I'm just going to use a simple pink lip liner here. I don't wear lipstick at competitions, so I just usually wear lip gloss, but I might wear like a little bit of lip liner. So I'll do that today. This is MAC's Pink Edge. And this is YSL's Golden Gloss. So, can you see like how much of a difference it makes whenever you wear like fake eyelashes? It probably seems like so ridiculous to so many people, you know, to wear fake eyelashes at a powerlifting meet, but not me. Okay, I'm gonna do the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so makeup's done, and then I would go in with a makeup setting spray. This is Urban Decay's De-Slick. And just kind of spritz this all over your face. And you can also, right as this is wet, you can look up here and just dab underneath your eyes just to kind of get rid of any of that cakey finish. Actually, you can dab this all over your face really, really lightly. And this will bring that skin texture back into the makeup. So I'll just show you how I would usually wear my hair. So I usually just do like a pretty high like ponytail or messy bun. And then I usually wear these pretty thick. And I bring it down right to the arch of my brow there. So the only thing I would bring to the meet to touch up would be my bronzer and kabuki. So if I was getting shiny throughout the day, which probably just like after benches or something, I usually do like a little touch up before deadlifts because deadlifting is like one of my favorite lifts, and I like to use like all the pictures. So, and Ken Richardson's gonna be there taking pictures as he is every year, so we want to make sure everything is like tight and flawless. At least I do. And then I would take my lip gloss, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're looking to get any of these Elite FTS shirts, this one's like the empowerment one. It's really nice. I'll leave the link in the comments or in the down box below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.